After days and nights of incredible labor and fatigue, I succeeded in discovering the cause of generation and life. Nay, more, I become myself capable of bestowing animation upon lifeless matter. What had been the study and desire of the wisest men since the creation of the world has now within my grasp. A new species would bless me as its creator and source. Many happy and excellent natures would owe their being to me. No father could claim the gratitude of his child so completely as I should deserve theirs. Those were the words of Victor Frankenstein in Mary Shelley's famous book, Frankenstein. But was there a real Dr. Frankenstein and a monster? Well, we're going to find out right after this.
In the shadows of the old library halls, where the dust is thick and the silence calls, books tell stories of the things unseen, of foxes wild and spirits keen. Whispers in the stacks they creep, ghostly chills that steal your sleep, paranormal truths no one believes. They linger here like autumn's leaves. Bibles open to verses dark, stories written to leave their mark. The wildlife outside hears the moans, silent foxes, the forest groans. The last of these you cannot tame, a history buff who knows no shame. Paragon life outside hears the moans, silent foxes, the forest groans. The past of beast you cannot tame, a history buff who knows no shame. Paranormal tales in every spine, haunting truths that cross the line. Whispers in the stacks they creep, ghostly chills that steal your sleep, paranormal truths no one believes. They linger here like autumn's leaves. Spirits waltz through moonlit air, books fall down as if to dare. Foxes howl in the wooded shade, they guard the truths that time forbade.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the library on this 1 week before All Hallows Eve. And a very interesting subject, I might say, if I might say so. Frankenstein and his monster. What do you think, Lenny? Were you part of Frankenstein and his monster? Any involvement in that type of stuff? I don't think you go back that far. Or maybe you do. I don't know. But as you can see, Lenny is here. So is Victor and Edgar. We're all in effect. I'm wearing my new Halloween shirt. I'm ready for the festivities to begin, as my Headless Horseman shirt is on. We have our jack-o'-lantern lit, and we have our candles lit. So we're in the perfect mood for a little talk of classic Halloween subject, which is the Frankenstein monster. Who did not grow up without the Frankenstein monster? Who doesn't know about the Frankenstein monster? I think everyone in popular culture knows about it. But did you know that there were real people that this character that Mary Shelley came up with in that wonderful novel that has become so famous, that were based on this character was based on. So we're going to get into that, and I'm going to go over that a little bit with you, and I hope you're going to find it pretty interesting. So let me just adjust this camera real quick. It's a little off kilter here. Hold on. It keeps falling. I don't know why. There we go. All right. So let's say hello to our folks. Mustang Mike, Cinnamon Girl is here. Zelda is here. Ryan is here. Todd Father is in the house. I saw Adam was here before. I saw Tommy Stiggs was here. I see Patty was here. Gina is here. Let's see if there's anybody else that I missed. I don't want to miss. Tammy Thompson is here. She's always here. Doesn't miss a show. Thank you for being a loyal follower. Sweet Tea, who was the author of that wonderful intro. So thank you guys for joining me on this October 24th, just 1 week from Halloween. So I'm glad to see you all guys here. That's great. Now, when we think of the Frankenstein monster and the entire story behind it, we usually think of this. If I can get it to work. There's our Frankenstein monster. This is the image that we grew up with. The famous Boris Karloff characterization of the creature that is created by Dr. Frankenstein. And too often is just called Frankenstein, but that's not his, the monster has no name. Frankenstein is obviously the doctor, Dr. Victor Frankenstein, but this is the Frankenstein monster. The monster never really has a name. And as a child, you don't really think about that. You just kind of grow with it. You just go with it, call him Frankenstein. This is Frankenstein. But this is the image, this long-lasting cultural image that has become part of movie monsters, Halloween, since its envisioned in 1931, I believe, was the year that it came out. And it made history. Who knew about it? And who knew or who predicted that it would be so successful? I don't think anyone did at the time. And a couple of interesting facts about it was the fact that they changed the name. And if you watch the original movie, the Dr. Frankenstein is not called Victor Frankenstein. He's called Henry Frankenstein. And that was done intentionally because they thought the name Victor was going to be too intimidating and powerful. It would be too scary for audiences, which is kind of interesting to me. So Henry was what they chose. They went with Henry Frankenstein. But as we know from the book, it's Dr. Victor Frankenstein, hearkening back to the true German elements of it. So just an interesting thing there. Hello, Grateful. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. And what's the premise? What is the premise of this? Well, it's obviously man's attempt to be immortal and man's lust for power. Man's attempt to take God's place. And the whole novel and the whole story is a warning against that. It's basically, don't be so self-important. Don't think you're better than God. That's the entire meaning of the Frankenstein monster movie. And the story is that man cannot do these things. If you do these things, bad things are going to happen. So that's the moral of the story, is that you're not bigger than God. You're just a man. As much as you may think you are, and as much as you might be able to do by manipulating science, you'll never be a true creator of life. And that's ultimately the story, right? And that's the message. I wanted to show you this. Hold on one second here. I hope this works. Let me see. Hold on here. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work, unfortunately. Oh, here you go. Let's see if this works. You tell me if you can hear this. You should be able to hear it, but let me tell you. Let's see if you can hear it.
You too. Dead? Eh? Quite a good scene, isn't it? One man crazy, 3 very sane spectators.
Now, let me just pause that for a second there. As you can see, you see Frankenstein's laboratory and you see the horror in the looks of the people that are there witnessing this. And you see the maniacal nature of Dr. Frankenstein, that he has become obsessed. He's obsessed with this, and he's acting erratically as he's beginning to create the monster or try to instill life into the monster. I'm also stopping this so that we don't get blocked. I'm just doing it in little clips so that we don't get shut down. But as you can see, he's bringing the monster up into the top of the laboratory for this lightning storm, and you hear the lightning storm crashing in the background, which adds to the ambiance and adds to the fear and tension of the scene. But the concept is basically that power from lightning he's harnessing. He could not create the actual power he needed just by manly means. He needs to go to God's means to use God's power, which is the lightning, to instill life into this being that he has put together. So Zelda, was this the beginning of talking films? Yeah, well, it's a couple of years into talking films, right? I think the first talking film was 29, and this was maybe the next year, 1930 or 1931. So it's right there at the beginning, 1931. It's 2 years after talking pictures started. I think if I'm remembering this correctly, 29 was the first talking film that was put out there in the theaters. So, Sweetie, what is that line from? There's a light over at the Frankenstein place. There's a light burning in the fireplace. There's a light that darkens of everybody's life. What's that from? Is that from the movie? Is that from the beginning of the movie? That line? Hello, Joe Della, by the way. Hello. Osada's here? I didn't see him. Joe Della is here, though. I don't see Osada. Where's Osada? I don't think Osada's here. Osada's busy right now, so I don't think he's preparing for tomorrow or tonight or whatever he's doing. So I don't think he's here. But anyway, no, that's a great line if that's from the movie. Oh, Rocky Horror. Okay, well, Rocky Horror is based on this, right? It's a comic version of this. Or what do you call it? A satire, I guess.
Look, it's moving. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God.
And there you have it right there, right? It's the maniacal nature of Dr. Frankenstein. He's obsessed with this, and then he feels like he's God by doing it right there. He feels that he screams that it's alive, and he feels that he has the power of God within him. And as we learn, that's not the case, because in the end, it turns into be a monster, a terrible thing that is bent on destroying him. So it's all a big lesson, to be learned. And to think that this story was written in 1818, so it was published in 1818, so it was written the year before. So quite an old story that lasted for centuries, and it's continuing to last. Every Halloween, you're still going to see it. You're still going to see the theory of, or the story of, the man that tried to be God and the evil that comes from it. So I love those old movies. I don't know if you guys do, but I watch them on TCM, Turner Classic Movies, all the time. Great stuff. That one, The Bride of Frankenstein, the Dracula, what else? The Wolfman. Those are like the three main ones. There's also The Invisible Man, all classics that were made during the 30s. Like, actually, The Wolfman, I think, was made later than that. I think The Wolfman, might have been 1940. But the Frankensteins and Dracula and the Mummy were all in the 30s. So this is where the monster type of pop culture came from. With the as someone mentioned before, with the breaking out of talking movies, these were the hits. These were the things that attracted people to come and see, and see the talkies. So, all right. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the real story here. Is like the real Dr. Frankenstein. Well, here's what I found out. And I think it's quite interesting, but you be the judge. There were actually two people who Mary Shelley, and this is theory, but Mary Shelley based Dr. Frankenstein on. The first one was an individual by the name of Johann Conrad Dippel, and he was born in 1673. Now, let me show you what he looked like. So this is your first real Dr. Frankenstein. Hold on here. This is what Johann Conrad Dippel looks like, or looked like, I should say. Obviously before pictures, so we just have an artist's rendition of him at the time. And he was a German physicist, and he was born in Castle Frankenstein. Frankenstein was a territory, a baron's territory in Germany. And in Darmstadt, Germany. And there was a Castle Frankenstein, and he was born in Castle Frankenstein. So he grows up in Castle Frankenstein. He becomes a physicist, excuse me, and a biologist. And he becomes fascinated with the idea of life and extending life. And he's also an alchemist. He becomes an alchemist, and he was also a preacher. He was at one point he was a theologian. So the contrasts were there. He was a man of God at the beginning. He was an alchemist, meaning chemicals and drugs and the natural remedies for things. He was a physicist. So all these things come together, and he becomes he gets this yearning to experiment with lives, and he does it primarily with animals, cadavers of animals and such. And part of the story that comes from is, number one, the name Frankenstein, which is Castle Frankenstein, where he was born, and also the fact how he is called a heretic by the locals and is actually driven out, much like Dr. Frankenstein is in the story, driven out by the angry villagers. He's driven out of fear that he was a heretic, that he was defying God, and he was doing evil things. He was accused of digging up dead bodies, parts of dead bodies, but that was never proven. He was just accused of that, and because of that, the mobs drove him out. So, that's the first Dr. Frankenstein we get. And he claims to have created an elixir that could extend your life. If you drank this elixir every day, you could live to 135 years old. That was the theory. It didn't turn out to be that way. And that elixir turned out to actually be a bug repellent. It ultimately turns into a bug repellent. But he thought it was an elixir that would extend your life, and arrived at it through these experimentations with dead bodies and alchemism, and combining all of his knowledge together. So Johann Conrad Dippel is our first Dr. Frankenstein, or a part of Dr. Frankenstein. He lends the name, and he lends the creepy castle, as well as the being driven out by the villagers. So he was early. He was born in 1673. So he's pretty early back, a ways back. Now, the other Dr. Frankenstein, to me, is more like the actual character in the story. And his name was Dr. Giovanni Aldini. So he is a Paisan from Italy. But before we get to him, let's talk about his uncle. His uncle was someone by the name of Luigi Galvani. And Galvani was the founder, or I guess the founder, discoverer of galvanism, based on his name. The name galvanism is based on his name. And he was a scientist in the late 1700s. And he did a lot of experiments with electricity, and the fact that he had this theory that electricity was in living beings, and because of that, there became this whole theory around it. Hello, Bobo. Hello, Donna. Did I miss anyone else coming in? Oh, Shannon. Hi, Shannon. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Just getting some more seltzer here. So let's show you what the uncle Luigi Galvani looked like, the father of galvanism, the study of electricity and how it affects the body. Let's show you what our buddy looks like here. Hold on. Here's our man right here, a nice little colonial Italian. Luigi, not colonial, but of that time, the time of colony. He was in Europe. He wasn't in the colonies at all. But Luigi Galvani, late 1700s, and he is the first to apply electrical currents to dead animals. He does this with frogs, and he makes their legs move by putting electrical currents through them. So His experiments found this movement around experimenting and looking further into the intersection of electricity and life and not human beings yet, but life, forms of life, mainly animals. So Dr. Luigi Galvani. Now, as he does this, he's getting older though. But in around 18, as soon as the 1800s come, his nephew, who's the name of Giovanni Aldini, was his nephew, takes up the mantle and carries it further. And as you'll see, Giovanni Aldini is going to be our major inspiration for Dr. Frankenstein. So let's get rid of Galvani. And let's show you what Giovanni Aldini looks like. Or looked like, I should say. He's not still alive. Where are we here? There he is. There is Giovanni Aldini. Now, he looks more like your traditional Dr. Frankenstein, what you would think about, right? This is him. This is the guy. Now, what does he do, though? What does he do that makes him Dr. Frankenstein? Well, he takes his uncle's experiments a bit further. Now, instead of just doing it with the frogs, he starts doing it with sheep and pigs. And as he shoots electricity through these animals, the eyes of the animals begin to roll and open. The tongues begin to move around, push, stick out of their mouths. And people would actually gather and witness these experiments. He became kind of like a traveling circus or carnival, a sight to see in Europe. He would travel around and people would come to see these experiments live. So he does this for quite a while, and he goes from bigger animals to bigger animals until he finally comes to the point where he believes that he can do it with human beings. Now, he's doing this fully to reanimate. His concept or his theory is, I'm going to bring life back to from the dead. Now, he was unable to do it with the animals. He was able to make movements, show movements, but he wasn't able to bring them back to life. They couldn't survive after that. However, he did do an experiment where he was able to keep a dog's head alive. And this is creepy, disturbing. A dog's head alive, separated from its body just through electricity. And it survived for an hour and a half. Bizarre, just bizarre. But that brings us to 1803. Now, in 1803, he's in London. And at that particular time, an individual by the name of George Foster is about to be executed. He is a murderer who had killed his wife and child. He stood trial, was convicted, and sentenced to the gallows. And he's going to the gallows. Now, what Aldini does, he makes a deal with the government of England at the time and says, I would like to take the body. As soon as you're done, as soon as he's executed, I would like to take the body and see if I can reanimate him. And he pays off who he has to pay off to get this done. And he's granted permission by the British government to do this experiment. So the time comes, George Foster hangs and neck's broken, dead. The doctor pronounces him dead, and he's quickly shipped over to Aldini's laboratory, I guess. And at that particular time, electrodes are hooked up to his temples and his ears, much like you see the Frankenstein monster, right? The Frankenstein monster has the bolts on the neck. Well, these were on the ears and the temples. And he proceeds to shoot electricity through the dead body of George Foster. Now, in addition to that, he created these batteries, which was, kind of kind of new then too. The battery concept had just been created by a scientist by the name of Volta a few years before. So he takes Volta's research around batteries and uses it, and he creates these batteries that are inserted into the dead bodies behind. So he has the volts over here on the ears here, and then he has the batteries that are up the guy's, what, or dead body, whatever you want to call it. So he begins to shoot electricity through the body. Now, the first thing that happens is the eyes open up, the eyelids open up, and the face starts to twitch. The muscles in the face start to twitch. He increases the voltage. As he increases the voltage, one of the arms makes a fist and punches out into the air like this. And now this is being done in front of government observers as well as certain people in the public that are allowed to see this. And there's a gasp. You can imagine the fright and the gasp as this is happening in front of them. They're seeing a dead body moving before their very eyes. And then as he increases the voltage, the body begins to arch its back, and the mouth begins to move. Now, this is the most frightening sight that these people had ever seen. A dead body is actually moving. But as soon as this happens, as soon as the voltage dies, he only has so much voltage there. As soon as he does it, the body completely constricts down and goes back to its own dead self again. So he was unable to animate the body other than while the electricity was shooting through the body, the muscles had a reaction to create this illusion of life, but the body was not alive. He tries then to get the heart to pump. That was the goal. If he could get the heart to pump, then he could get blood flowing, and then he had a chance of bringing this person back to life. Now, the interesting thing is that while this is going on, there's a panic because they see this body moving, and the authorities begin to immediately say, what are we going to do if this guy's back to life? We executed him and he's back to life. What are we going to do? And they immediately on the scene say that if this is successful, we're going to execute him again right here. We're going to kill him right then and there. So there was no chance of Frankenstein's monster getting away in reality, because they were ready to kill him immediately when this happened. But it failed. He could not get the heart to pump, could not get it to pump at all, basically. All the electricity did was make the muscles contract to the point, and it was pretty successful at the time. People were very impressed by it, but it did not pump life into the body. It did not bring the body back. The body could not maintain it. It wasn't anything like that. So there was no reanimation in reality, but he did scare the pants off of everyone who was witnessing it. And as a result of that, he became famous and continued to do these experiments throughout Europe. People wanted to see this. After this initial fear passed, people wanted to see this happen. And he, like his uncle, began this traveling roadshow, so to speak, in Europe, where he would electrify bodies, dead bodies, and they would move about. The muscles would move about. But there was no creation of an actual muscle. There was no sewing together of body parts or any of that stuff. There was no digging up dead bodies. They had to be fresh bodies. They could not be they had to be fresh in order for the experiments to work. But Mary Shelley's book comes out in 1818. So he did the first experiment on the human body in 1803. So this was well known. She was 8 years old at the time. So she was well aware of this, as well as aware of Johann's a century earlier ago in his experiments. And she also took a tour of, it's documented that she took a tour of Castle Frankenstein before she wrote her book. So as you can see, Mary Shelley used all of these actual life events to create this extraordinary story that lasted for centuries. So there you have it. That is the real Dr. Frankenstein. His name isn't Frankenstein. His name is Giovanni Aldini. And he gave us his experiments, gave us this fantastic story that has scared children and people for generations and probably will continue to do that, and gave Mary Shelley the inspiration to create this story that teaches human beings a lesson that you cannot be God. You cannot be more than what you are. As much as you may want to be, and as much as you may think you are, you cannot be more than just a mortal. So there you have it. The real Dr. Frankenstein, Steins, I guess two of them, Conrad Dippel and Giovanni Aldini, both from Europe, one from Germany, one from Italy. But together, they create Dr. Victor Frankenstein. So here you go. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed that story, a very Halloween-esque story. Let's see what's going on here, guys. What's going on? What did you think of the story? Did you enjoy it? It looks like Grateful thought it was good. Joe Della thought it was interesting. Joe Della's talking about white and black and white. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Bobo's talking about the Dodgers. All right. So there you have it. That's our story for this evening. I hope you liked it. It's this isn't a long one. This is a short one. I don't have multiple stories. Just wanted to focus on Dr. Frankenstein because I thought it was so fascinating that it was based on reality. Dr. Google here, Adam is telling us in The Bride of Frankenstein, the bride is only on screen for about 4 minutes. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you something I don't have to Google about Frankenstein. Boris Karloff hated The Bride of Frankenstein, hated that movie. And the reason he hated that movie was because he didn't want and didn't think it made sense for the monster to speak. And they made the monster speak in that movie. If you watch it, you'll see it. The first movie, the monster doesn't speak at all. But in the second movie, they make him speak, and he kicked himself in the butt, he said, for the rest of his life for agreeing to that because he did not want that to occur. He said it didn't make sense. It made the character weaker, he thought. So it's just an interesting trivial fact about that. And then to back that up, if you ever see Son of Frankenstein, which is, I don't know what year that is, but Karloff returns to be the monster in that. And the story is, and Bela Lugosi's in that too. Bela Lugosi is Igor in that. And the theory is Frankenstein's son comes back. Frankenstein's son appears many years later. And the monster survived and is just in a state of coma, I guess. And Igor convinces the son of Dr. Frankenstein to reanimate the monster because because Igor has evil intentions to use the monster for revenge on those because he was hanged by the townsfolk and he wants the monster to go after and kill the people that hanged him. So it's an interesting little movie. I saw it the other day. It happened to be on TCM. And but if you see that movie, you see the monster doesn't speak at all. Even though he spoke in The Bride of Frankenstein, he doesn't speak at all in The Son of Frankenstein. That's because Boris Karloff would only do the role if they agreed to him not speaking. So an interesting fact about that little monster stuff. Todd Father. All right, hold on a second. Hold on a second here. Let me see if I can. Okay, this is for Todd Father right here. Frankenstein's first word? I don't know, because he wasn't supposed to speak. You mean the monster's first word, you mean? Is that what you mean? I don't know. What was it? Well, that's the no, Frankenstein didn't. That wasn't in the movie. That was just in reality about the battery in the butt. So, Top Father, the link is in the chat. There you are. Okay. Hello there, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. Spent the day at the vet, car shopping, and driving kids around.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, minus the car. He's right.
Yes. Well, yeah. Yeah, Asada is doing something, isn't he? He's working a thing tonight. He's working a
A
haunted
haunted.
forest tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a haunted farmers market or something like that.
Yeah. So
That's
he
good. I
won't
hope he
be
does
around.
well.
He should do well, like people are bound to buy stuff after that. They come for the haunted stuff and then they buy stuff.
You saw
Excuse
him
me.
trying to. You saw him trying to mess with me earlier in the our group text, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
He got told off pretty good.
I saw that. I didn't give him the time of day. I just most of the time I ignore him. So, but he's good on this show. He's good on this show though. When he comes up and comments, he does add to this show. So I give him credit. He does. He's helpful.
No, he is. He's right.
All right. So let's move on to there he is. Let's move on to our paranormal caught on camera. All right. Now we're going to try to do some debunking here. Now, let's say our first one. I don't have a lot tonight. I couldn't find many this week. But we'll see what we got here. So the first one is kind of goofy, but I'm going to show it anyway. Hold on. Because I just thought it was. All right, let's see here. This was supposedly on a trail camera. So let's see. What do you think of this? This is on a trail camera. This allegedly is on a trail camera.
Looks like it's got long arms and a long neck. It looks like a human hand.
Yeah, right? Right. And that face.
Yeah.
Face is something else. So I don't know. This could be easily turned into CGI, CGI, or this could easily be fake, easily faked. The head part and the foot. I mean,
I could see if it didn't have human hands, you can get away with it a little bit, but not.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah, and I think that these hands could be obviously generated, but they also could be like raccoon hands. Kind of look like that too. Like long and bony raccoon hands. They could have taken a raccoon's hand and put them on here. So who knows? I just thought it was funny when I saw this.
Yeah, that's a whole mixture of a lot.
Mm-hmm. Sweet Tea says, "Good to see you, Todd Father."
Hello, Sweet Tea.
All right, so let's get rid of that. Now let's see here. Next. And this one might be a little okay. So this is a woman The backstory behind this is a woman that has, I don't know if she's claiming to be a reverend or I don't know what she is, but she claimed to bless this house, the house that was in a house that was being haunted, or people were having poltergeists or whatever. I don't know, something paranormal in it. So she comes to bless it, and those are rosary beads that are dangling from her hands over there. Now watch what happens to them. And the theory here is that they move on their own. They move in a direction that doesn't make sense. Hold on here.
Is there sound on this video by chance, or can you play?
There is sound, but you can't hear it for some reason. I don't know why. Like I can hear the sound.
You can hear it?
Yes.
Does it sound like someone hit a fan on high speed under an arm there? Or?
No. No, I can't. I can't hear any. I can't hear anything. I just hear her saying some prayers or something. So again, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sold. There's a piece of fishing string tied at the end of that.
It could be easily
and someone's
faked.
yanking it up inside the room.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's easy enough to fake because it's all dark in here. So you're not going to see a string if it's there. So it's pretty easy to fake. So I don't believe that it's anything more than just that. It's somebody trying to make something out of something here.
Well, next time I come down your way, let's put up some trail cameras and we'll fake some stuff.
I own plenty on my trail cameras, but I don't think they're gonna be any paranormal stuff, but there'll be plenty of stuff on my trail cameras.
Do you have trail cameras on your property?
I don't. I mean, I have cameras. I don't have them set up. I have one. I only have the front door camera set up. I have two other cameras that I've been meaning to set up, but I just haven't gotten to it. I was going to put one in the back and one on the side of the house. The one in the back would be more interesting because you'd see like more wildlife and stuff.
Yeah.
But all right, so let me get rid of this. So I think that's 0 for 2 on those. I don't think either one of them is even close to being questioned as real. I don't have a stoop, Stony, so I don't have a stoop cam. I just have a door cam, a front door cam. All right, let's see here now. All right, let's do this one. Okay, this is a guy that claims his house is haunted, and he talks to the ghost all the time. From what I saw, he's like very at ease with the guy. Talks to him, talks to him in like a friendly manner, and says, and he believes it's a ghost of a child. So he calls him buddy, and you're like, okay, yeah, I can't be bothered right now, like stuff like that. But this is what he records. Hold on. And the door moving stuff is pretty easy to fake, but it's the image afterward towards the end of this that I want you to look at. So now he closes the door and then it opens on its own. Right now he's saying, I don't have time for this, buddy. You got to stop. And he closes the door. Now you'll see the door open again.
I didn't see any images.
You'll see it. It'll come up next.
I saw lights flickering.
No, you're going to see it from this angle.
Oh, God.
There's like a dark image in there that you can't see until it slows down. You'll see it slow down. You see it there?
Nope.
You got to look in there. Now you can see it, right?
Oh, at the bottom. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It kind of dissolves. I don't know what that is, quite frankly. I mean, That's another one that could be CGI pretty easily.
It's pretty cool though. It
It
actually
is
looks
cool
really
looking, right? I mean, it does look kind of cool.
You imagine if Osada was on this show, he'd be like, "Oh my God, this happened to me, 30 years ago when I was home alone," and
Yeah, right. You would. You would.
something like this happened to Osada for sure. Why's he growling?
Yeah. See, so yeah, Gina sees it, and Donna says it looks a little fake. Uh, Zelda says my door is open and closed on their own all the time. It's just an old junky house. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is now this second part here. I think it's is this. I just didn't trim it. I think I just didn't trim this. I don't think this is anything that we want to see. This is the other part of this. Now, this is really fake. Now, look at this. Now,
Same
supposedly
guy?
there's hands. You see the hands at the door? Look at the hands on the screen door. Do you see them?
No.
To the right
Oh
of the
yeah,
screen door. You see that? So they're
yeah.
they're banging on the screen door, and then he goes over and opens them, and then they vanish.
Oh, those are straight human hands right there.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh,
It's
almost see the
somebody
head too.
wearing black. It's somebody wearing black with their hands out, and then when he goes there, they duck out of the way.
Let me guess, he's acting all scared.
Yeah, I mean, and it's cuts too. Like you can see the film cuts here. What like it cuts right, and then see now that's a different angle, right? When he opens, he's about to open the door. So this is obviously fake. This one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
But
Fake for
I didn't
2000.
need to include this. This was just at the tail end of the other one. But it's just an example of how fake some of these are. All right. Now
I wish I had time to like try to do this kind of stuff. Like seriously, like I don't know. I could probably do better. I would hope.
right, right. And you think you would be able to do better, right? All right, let's see. Now, this one, this is just a still picture. And the background to this is it's a guy, a carpenter. He has a carpenter shop where he does his work, most of his work, and his dog is in there with him. And he was taking this picture of his dog, and this is what it came out looking like. So, obviously, like it looks like a fake ghost to me, right? Like here's the head and arms stretched out over the dog type of thing. Um, or it could easily just be some type of dust or mist that that was created. I don't know, and it just
That
happens to
dog
look
just
that
looks
way.
entirely like the whole photo contrasts with the dog.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like the dog is like so dark
right,
compared to everything else.
right.
I mean, I don't know. It looks like you cut and pasted it on in that picture.
The dog? You mean the
Yeah,
dog was cut and pasted?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I guess it's possible, but I mean, like, I don't even know if that matters, right? I mean, that doesn't even matter to this. The dog doesn't really matter. I think it's the ghost above it that looks fake to me. Like, it just looks like it doesn't look like I think a real ghost would look like. It just I don't know. And that dog doesn't look like he senses anything, Gina. Like it doesn't. The dog is just like doing his own thing. Like he doesn't sense any ghosts or anything. It doesn't look like he's acting abnormal or, they say that dogs are in tune to the paranormal. I don't. This dog doesn't look like he's in tune to anything. He's just kind of hanging
Well,
out.
my dog was just in tune to the paranormal in our house. Did you hear him?
Yeah, I heard him. Stoney says it could be a cigarette smoke burn. Yeah, it could be. I guess right. It could be cigarette smoke.
Well, he would know. He would know.
Yeah, right. So I mean, and I just think it's a cool concept, but I think the ghost is just corny looking. Like the head, and it looks like a face. It's just corny. I don't.
What is it coming out of? Like a miter saw or something like that?
That's what it looks like. There's a saw there at the table.
Yeah.
Or like two horses there with the saw across it. But
Yeah.
who knows? Yeah. Well, it looks. Wait a minute. Adam says that looks like Beavis and Butthead's dog. I don't even know what Beavis and Butthead's dog looked like.
I didn't know Beavis and Butthead had a dog. You know?
I didn't know that either. So
When did Beavis and Butthead ever have a dog?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, Stoney says the guy was smoking. Yeah, well, that could very well be. Very well be. All right.
yeah, but that had some doctoring up for sure. That's just not smoke. People can blow donut holes with smoke, and it's about it. They don't blow
Yeah.
ghosts.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, let's see here.
They didn't have a dog, but that's what it looked like if they did. Well, if you say so.
Okay, Adam. All right, whatever you say, buddy.
Sure, Adam. We'll agree with you.
They didn't have a dog, but that's what their dog would look like. Okay. All right. So this one's kind of cool. I think this one looks kind of cool to me. Now, this is a guy who is leaning back in a bed, like a bunk bed, right? You see his knees are up front. He's wearing shorts.
Yeah.
He's leaning back, and he's got a baseball mitt. And the reason he's laying back is he was catching a baseball that was thrown at him in the house. And they were taking a picture at the same time, and then this comes out of the picture. And it looks like there's a spirit like encircling him by the neck. So I'm trying to figure out what could have caused this. Like what if he's moving back, right? To catch the ball, it's going to blur the film. It's going to blur the picture.
Definitely in motion because
Yeah. But what could that be in front of him that's causing that streak that looks like it's a ghost? You know what I mean? That's what I'm wondering.
It's a curtain with a hole cut for his head.
You think he's wearing the curtain? Maybe.
Yeah, he's wearing a curtain. Here, take this quick. That I got nothing else. Seriously, I know it sounds dumb, but it's really all I got. That's yeah,
it's just strange, you know. And the backstory to this is that he doesn't feel anything. He doesn't, you know what I mean, like nothing like that. It's not like he's saying he was choked by the ghost or anything. It's just this comes out in the film when the picture was taken. So it's creepy from that angle. If you saw this, if that was you in the picture and you saw this come out, that would be, you know, you'd be creeped out. I would think I would be. I mean, like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't know.
And it doesn't look like it's fake to me. It doesn't look like it was like faked. To me, it looks like there must be something that was kind of like a curtain, to your point, you know, that was blurring when he went back. That was there, that is blurring. Like maybe something was hanging off the side of the bunk bed and he went back and you know what I mean? And took it down when he went back. I don't know. It's hard to figure out this one.
Yeah, that one's if you hear any commotion, that's my dog Cooper in the back trying to get the cone off of his head.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The poor guy. Yeah. Well,
he's all right.
They look so pathetic with those cones on them.
It's great. I love it.
You love it. All right, I think that's it. I think that's my only. I think that's my last one. Let's see. Let me make sure. Let's see here. Yeah, today, 3 from today. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So, Todd, you want to talk about your trip to the haunted restaurant, which was kind of interesting.
Sure.
So this is located in Ohio, right? It's located in Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland Heights, Ohio. It's right outside of Cleveland. You know, it's about 20 minutes from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because we couldn't check in our hotel till 4 in the evening or 4 p.m.
Right.
So we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame first and spend a few hours in there, and went back to the hotel for a little bit. We couldn't get a reservation because we booked late till like 8:30 at night. So we went there and it was cool. There's like a lot, there's music playing, there's TVs on the walls. The walls were painted up and everything. And I was like, well, this is okay. I didn't know the big draw of this place. Like I didn't, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, well, okay, this isn't. Why did I drive 3.5 hours to come here for just this, right? Then all of a sudden, Jigsaw from Saw comes down the aisle on his squeaky tricycle, like just all like. And I'm like, oh my god, right?
Yeah.
So then my daughter's like, Dad, look behind you, and I got like a 6'4" giant dude, Michael Myers, like with a knife behind me.
Wow.
He was huge. He was huge. And then uh who else came by? Pennywise, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Pennywise came to the table and scared the what out of my wife and daughter. More my wife, I will say. Yeah, she was she wasn't having any of it. And then the nun, I think, was it a nun, right?
Yeah, the
The
nun is
nun was the
creepy.
creepiest.
Yeah,
Super
that's
creepy.
creepy.
Can you pull up any pictures I sent you, or
I don't think
or get my video of Jigsaw from my channel?
maybe I can do that. Hold on, let's see.
I mean, I could send you stuff too. I didn't know you wanted to do this today, so I would have sent you a bunch of stuff.
Let me see if I can do that.
But yeah, it was super cool. Like, and at the very end, I got a picture of the nun next to the nun. But the nun was creepy as you know what, because like I was literally, sitting with my back to it, and I just happened to turn around, and the thing was just standing there staring. And then it came up next to our table and just stood there for like 10 minutes. Literally just stood there. Like, what a job to have. Just
Oh,
freak
boy.
people out. Just stand there. You don't have to speak, do nothing.
Right.
Pardon?
So let me ask you now. Was there a like a Jason there, like a Friday the 13th Jason?
No.
Okay. I'm just curious, like how many of these characters they had there.
So it was cool. Pennywise was dancing. I got a video of that. Dancing to the music that was on the radio or the stereo. Yeah, that was funny. And so me and only me, I start talking to Michael Myers, showing him pictures of my daughter's drawings of him because I've posted those before. And Michael Myers broke character and started talking to me. He goes, I'm actually the owner. He goes, and I'm an artist. He goes, I would love to buy 2 of these from your daughter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he said, he's like, I'll give. He goes, what's your phone number? So I gave him my phone number, and so now she's gonna have to draw some stuff for him. And I think it'd be cool. I mean, even if they hung 1 or 2 of them up in the restaurant, I think that'd be awesome.
No, that'd be awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
like here, let me. I think I got your channel here. Let's pull this
Cool.
up real quick. Let's
Go for it.
Where the hell did it go here?
No, you're right, Adam, for sure. A lot of them guys always get attacked.
Here we go.
I think I got the video too where they poured my wife's drink. Say that again.
So this guy is an adult in a tricycle, right? He's like an adult-sized guy in a tricycle.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, here's the drink. Hold on. Let me see. Here's the drink.
I know, but she probably assumed it was yours because it's the alcohol free
Yeah, it was pretty neat. There was no alcohol in that drink, unfortunately.
And how do they
Um,
do that? Did they tell you how they do that? Like, how do they
I
make that
didn't ask.
stuff?
No, what do you think? How do you think they had it boiling like that, even though it was ice cold? Like, do you know how they do that?
Maybe there's like a
No.
compartment for dry ice in there somewhere in the
Reaction.
Yeah, some sort of chemical reaction, I would think, right?
yeah.
But it was cool. They had like blood bags too. Like you can order
Mhm.
like a non-alcoholic or an alcoholic, like it looked like a drip. You know what I mean? Like a
Right.
saline drip bag.
Right.
Yeah, you could order one of those. I don't know. I just had a Pepsi.
Hmm.
um, but yeah, that drink right there was super good. It had like gummy bears on top of it and fruit and everything. It was really good. And what's
And that
crazy about that too is it wasn't expensive. I think we all four of us ate. We had appetizers and dinners and everything, drinks, whatever. It was only 150 bucks.
oh, that's not bad at all. All right. Hmm.
And then we had the party at my work there. I don't know if you want to pull that up with that Freddie. That was pretty sweet.
Oh, that wasn't from the restaurant. I saw
No,
that
I
here.
wasn't from the restaurant. That was from
Okay.
my job when we hosted a Halloween concert.
All right, hold on. Let me pull that right back up.
After the heart stops beating, the brain keeps functioning for well over 7 minutes. We got 6 more minutes to play. After the heart stops beating, the brain keeps functioning for well over 7 minutes. We got 6 more minutes to play.
Isn't that a pretty cool prop?
Yeah.
The heart stops beating.
So was this owned by the place where you work, or is this someone else bought
No,
it?
no. So the lead singer of the band, they're called the West Ends actually, and the lead singer works for a company that goes in and like he brought in like couches and tables for like a VIP section, and he brought all this Halloween decor, including Freddy Krueger. There, he brought in.
Hmm.
Um, you saw that picture of me sticking my fist through the
Yes. Yeah.
mannequin. Yeah,
Yep.
he brought that in. He brought a whole bunch of stuff. He brought a whole bunch of stuff in like that. It was really cool. And then they on Monday morning they shipped it all out.
That is cool. How they're able to do that, like ship it all in, come in and ship it out. Oh, you don't have that up here. You don't have that picture up. Okay.
No,
All right.
man, maybe I'll try to put it on my avatar real quick. See if I can add another one.
You got your Valentine's up.
What happened?
You have your Valentine's up there, your Valentine's Day avatar.
Oh, did I? I didn't mean to put that up
Yeah.
there. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay.
I so did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry.
That's for Osada. usually that's for Osada.
um, I gotta find it.
So, in regard to this haunted restaurant, is the place itself supposed to be actually haunted, or is this it's just the haunted theme?
It's just based on horror movies and stuff like that. Yeah, you could put that. Can you put me up on the large screen there?
Hold on.
It's on my avatar.
Oh yeah, here we go. Hold on. Wait a minute. How do I do that? Hold on. Let's see.
There you.
Why can't I just do you? That's weird. Hmm. Oh wait, I see how. Wait, hold on. If I
There it is. He kicked himself off, so it's just me on the panel, guys. Yeah, so that's me sticking, punching through the mannequin supposedly. So yeah, that was at the concert that we
yeah,
threw last week.
that's good. That's cool. And who is that a mannequin of?
I think it's the Exorcist, right?
Carrie or Exorcist? Okay. All right.
Yes. So
Yeah,
yeah, it
that's
was
cool.
neat though. It was a crazy it was a good concert. The guys did a good job, and but no, the restaurant is really cool. If anybody, I mean, my wife talked about going to that restaurant for a while, and finally,
Mhm.
you know, the Bills were away that Sunday, so I didn't have to work. So we made a day out of it. We stayed overnight, and then next day we came home. So it was like literally like a 24-hour round trip.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Yeah,
that's
I mean, well, that's
it's great. You had the opportunity. Might as well take advantage of it since you were there for the Hall of Fame. That's great. Take advantage of being in the area.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is actually pretty neat. I was there, I don't know, like 20 years ago, and it was cool back then. But like, they have a lot of stuff. Even people that aren't considered rock and roll have their like memorabilia and stuff in there, instruments and clothing, and just there's a lot of information there and stuff. And the second floor, you can actually, if you know how to play an instrument, you can actually go in and play like a bass, the drums, the guitar, or the drums, and or sing like vocals too. So there was like all these
Hmm.
just strangers just singing
Wow,
and rocking out live. And then
that's
as you
pretty
go up,
cool.
there's different. Pardon?
That's pretty cool. That you can anybody
Yeah,
can sign up to do that. Like anybody can go in there and do that. I guess get in
yeah,
line or whatever. That's
yeah.
cool.
So by the time we went up to the second floor, then we went to see. There's 6 floors. So
Hmm.
by the time we came back down, there was new people playing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, and then I took picture. I think I sent you guys some pictures when I was there. But the whole sixth floor, I don't know if they switch it out or what, but it was all Bon Jovi and how he's from New Jersey and
Yes, you sent us some of those pictures. I remember the Bon Jovi stuff.
yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, it was neat. A lot of stairs that day. A lot of stairs.
That's good for the heart.
That's good for the but good for the knees.
Not good for the knees, though.
But no, it was nice. Like I said, it was about a 24-hour trip. It was cool. I'm glad we went. We had fun,
Hmm.
and yeah. But yeah, so if anybody's in the Cleveland area, it's about 20 minutes outside of Cleveland and Cleveland
So
Heights.
she used to go
And
there once a month, but she never got to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Huh.
oh, really? It's right on the lake. I mean, you can't miss it. Yeah, right by the Cleveland Brown Stadium. It's all right there.
Yeah, that must have been rough going there once a month, though. That must have been
So it's
rough.
called the Haunted House Restaurant. That's what it's called. If you guys want to look it up and check it out, the Haunted House Restaurant in Cleveland. I'm
Hi,
sure there's, I'm
Jimena.
sure
How
there's
are you?
a
Thanks
ton
for
of people.
stopping in. Appreciate it.
Hello. But yeah, so if we ever make it out that way again, we'll definitely go again. And like I said, I gotta get my little one to draw a couple of pictures
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
definitely. You got to definitely. Oh, look who's here. Hold on, hold on. Look who it is.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
Just want to say hi real quick. Doing good. I'm soaking wet. Look at this.
Oh
Oh,
man,
look at that rain. Oh, that's
Yeah,
too
we're just getting
bad.
started.
is your tent
Are
But
people
there's,
still
holding
there?
up okay?
Are people still
oh,
there in the
we
rain?
haven't even, yeah, it hasn't even opened yet. Yeah, and there's already a line of people,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's gonna be packed.
Oh,
Yeah.
good, good.
So
I hope you sell out
yeah, no,
good.
the tent will hold up. It's brand new, so it's waterproof. So we're looking good. I got a heater. It's not
Mm-hmm.
turned on, but so,
Oh yeah, I see what you got
yeah,
there.
we're rich. Yep. So yeah, I just want to say hi real quick. I'm gonna jump back off because people are gonna start showing up. So
All right.
Osada,
Good
before
luck.
you go, I have a question.
yeah.
Did you ever experiment in electrocuting yourself at all, like Frankenstein?
No, but I'll tell you a story about that another time. I gotta go,
I
guys. I'll
told
talk to you
All
you.
later.
right.
I
See you
told you
later.
he had something like that.
He's got a story, but we got to hold
Of
him to that.
course he does.
We got to hold him to that. We got to hold him to that. We'll get him. Stay tuned for Osada's story next time. We're gonna get him on that story.
You should dedicate a show just give Osada the floor about all his paranormal activities and
Weird
stories
things
and
that went on in his life, right? All the weird
yeah,
things that he's
the
encountered.
adventures of Jason Osada. Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, Tammy. The treats definitely do look good. They do look good. He spent all day making those apples, so he's prepared. He's prepared for a big event there.
Yeah, I think he was. He's got well over 100 of them. I know that. Is it true you kept telling the ghosts they were doing it wrong? No.
What?
Yeah,
Throws
I got nothing
chocolates
right
in a store and sets off the fire alarms. Maybe you could do a story on the next one. Um, are you serious? This Osada has a story like that, or are you just making that up, Adam? I mean, he had a story he told on here about him being in the pizzeria with the ghost. He told that story one night here, but I don't
Was I
remember.
here for that or?
No, I don't think you were here for that. It was just me and him, and he was telling the story about how this black figure, he was in the pizzeria after hours cleaning up, and this black figure like shot across the floor, and then he ran out and wouldn't come back in.
I'd love to be there for that. uh,
Uh,
Osada
yeah,
has an
Patty.
electrocution story.
Obviously,
That's
he
so.
does. Who knows what it's for, though? Knowing him, it's probably something he did intentionally to better his health. He probably has some way to do. Maybe he's giving himself shock treatments. You never can
He
tell.
probably hooked himself to a car battery, like you see in the movies, and see
Yeah.
what it was about.
So
So you
anyway,
guys are trying to summon me into doing a show for Halloween.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
But I don't have. I only have the free StreamYard, so it'd only be 6 guests. So I'm wondering if that probably should be good
I
enough,
don't
right? I
have. I
mean,
only have free StreamYard too. So I mean, we could
oh,
do it on
okay,
my show, but mine's free too. I don't have the paying version. But what about? Well, Stiggs could do it, or Thendo could do it. Don't they pay for StreamYard?
yes,
So one of them could host it. That's not a problem. But how many people do we actually need on there? 6 people, right? I mean, we don't need more than 6 people. Who else would come up?
yeah. I mean, people could always drop down and come back or whatever. So
Oh, thank you,
I don't know.
Hannah. Yeah, this is my
I
new
wouldn't know how
shirt.
to dress up. I
Let
was
me see if
Tommy
I can
Stiggs the
see
last
the whole
time.
thing. The whole thing actually has the horse of the horseman in here. The headless horseman.
Oh, your
Um,
shirt?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get you all themed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Adam
don't
says
know.
I will get a costume. Adam, as long as you don't tell a horrible joke like you told at the
Oh
end
no,
of.
no, that was that was the cherry on top in that show. That was great.
Well, the funniest thing was our reaction. That was really the
Yes,
funniest thing.
yours more than mine were better.
That was
For sure.
that was 3 years ago, right? Or 2 years
Yeah.
ago, something like
So if
that.
anybody wants to know what we're talking about, if you go to my channel, we did we did a Halloween show 3 years ago, and it was me, Anthony, Thindu, Tommy Stiggs, Ralph, and Cino Evil's in the background holding up his. He was holding up random things in his basement, and at the very end, it was just me and ALV, and I let
Mhm.
Adam come on, and he told 2 of the worst jokes known to man. And I think I got a video. I got short videos um, of Adam's jokes. So if
Yeah,
you don't have to watch the
yeah,
whole show, I think I have them clipped out.
yeah.
But
It's a
yeah, so
long
if you
show.
guys,
It's a long show. Go for the
yeah,
shorts.
yeah. So if anybody wants to check that out, it's like I said, go into my my Halloween live. It was a while back. You
Hmm.
have to scroll for a little while, but no, they weren't dad jokes. They were Halloween jokes, right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think they were dad jokes, um, but I know what she means by dad jokes. Like
Right.
corny bad jokes, corny bad jokes.
They
So
were bad, Patty.
they were bad. So yeah.
Yeah, so go over to my channel and you could find that and ALV and my reactions are pretty priceless.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
And
fun. That was fun.
I just want to know who I should dress like this year. I did Tommy last time, but
Yeah,
it's
I
got to
don't
be one of you.
know.
It's got to be one of you guys.
Osada.
I should be
We should
Osada.
all dress like Osada.
Yeah, we go out and buy some apples and a tie dye shirt and some Crocs, some glasses and a hat. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, whatever. Listen, we're all busy, so I don't know if it'll happen, but you know, it was fun
Donna,
when we did it.
if you go to at Toddfather, it's at Toddfather, and If you can't find it that way, type in Podfather and then 28, and that'll bring you up to my first YouTube video ever. That's when I made my 28-inch pizza. So at Podfather, or just try in the search engine Podfather
And
28.
just so you know, there's more than one Todd Father on YouTube, and YouTube search engine sucks. So you may have
Yeah.
to look a little bit. It may
That's
not
what I
just come
said.
right
That's
up.
why I said
Yeah.
28 after it,
Yeah.
because it'll show the pizza I made, the big pizza.
Yeah. Yep.
Osada is a crockhead. Yes, he is. He wears his Crocs proudly.
He does.
Have you ever heard that term before? A crockhead?
Crockhead? No, I think he made that up. I think he just made that up.
I think that's great.
Oh, the dancing. The best is the dancing Osada. Yes, that's great. You still have that, right? You still have the dancing Osada.
I sure do, but I can't play it unless I pay for StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
They're still all loaded up. I just can't do the intro. I can't do anything. So I can't do anything with that stuff unless I pay for it. But I don't use it anymore, really.
If you do a live, though, you should be able to play it, though. No,
no,
because I don't. What did I do? I play things on here.
Yeah, but are they in the back end of StreamYard still? And they let you play
no,
it?
none of them are in StreamYard. They're all in my
Yeah, so that's where
computer,
all my
in
videos that I used to play, like in the intro,
okay.
the outro,
Right.
you know what I mean? Those are all in StreamYard.
Okay. Okay.
So I can't.
So you can't even
Slim,
access them right now. You can't even pull them out.
Can somebody
Probably.
post my link in the chat, please? She can't find it.
Hold on a second. Didn't you comment? You were in here commenting earlier.
Yeah.
So someone just click on his comment, and it'll take you to the channel, and then you can cut and paste it, copy it and paste it. Or at least I can do it too while we're talking here.
Man, I got some weird avatar pictures back here, man. Oh, maybe I should do this for the spirit.
Hey, you have 842 subscribers now.
It fluctuates between 839 and 843. Like every week it goes up, down, up, down.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, mine does that too, but and also because you're not putting up content. If you put up new content, it'll keep growing. I'm sure it will. Why is this taking me so long? Here we go. Hold on.
Well, you're not being fast enough there.
I know.
WT. No, I'm not talking to you.
Oh. There we go. It's up now. So there it is. It's in the chat, guys. Click on it. They go to Todd Father's channel.
Yeah, if you guys want some laughs and you can't sleep or something, go to that Halloween live there. It's called the Ubots Halloween Party.
Yes. Oh, here we go.
Osada.
He never goes live. Okay.
I really don't anymore.
I know you don't, but I mean,
I'm like good for like twice a month. Used to be 4 days a week at least.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. You were consistent. Well, that's because of your job hours. That's why. That's why you were doing it.
That's why you were doing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going to happen to my show too if I get a new job. I don't know. We'll see. As I'm looking, if I land someplace, I might be too busy. I don't know.
Yeah, but you probably won't be working. You probably won't be working Friday nights though.
No, I won't be working Friday nights, but I might be too tired to do a show. Like I prepare these shows. It's not like I just get on and babble. I do research and stuff and pull up all the pictures and the images and stuff and store them and get them ready. So it takes some time to prep for that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I got Gina setting up for you. Osada, I thought you were working. Stop picking on Todd. There you go, Gina. Good girl. There you go.
Thank you.
Stick up for Todd.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Stoney, exactly. I want the Stiggs job, which is no job at all. That's what I want. I want that job.
I wish we could show that thing I had that I made up with him getting attacked by the goose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to figure that out. I know. I think I know what to do. I think I could put it in like a post and do the 3 pictures.
Yeah.
Like I could
Where
crop it out. You know what I'm saying?
where
I
the
can
hell
crop
is
the
it?
3.
It's in our
Huh?
chat, right? It's in our chat, our chat string here somewhere.
It is. Why? Can you pull it up from there?
I think I could pull it up and send it to my computer and then be able to.
That's up to you. I don't know if it takes any time, but
It's going to take a while though.
yeah,
But
don't even bother then.
I mean, there's
Stiggs
so
is
many
at work
freaking.
now. Yeah, doubtful.
Oh, sure he is. He's working hard. He's working hard at massaging his feet, I think.
I don't even want to know what he's doing to be completely honest. I don't want no
I
part
don't
of what
blame
he's
you.
doing right now.
You know, I don't blame you. I don't really want to know either.
There's a chef named Todd Bryant, goes by the nickname Toddfather. Over 30 years cooking experience. There's also a DJ Toddfather too, but he's much older than me.
Oh,
So
really?
yes, so there is a plethora of Toddfathers on YouTube. It's going down, Slim.
Hold on. Slimmy, how are you, buddy?
Slim,
You going
when
live? I'll plug you if you're going live. Tune into Slim.
yeah, Slim. It's funny, on Facebook, the people you may know.
Mm-hmm.
Slim comes up on my feed there because he's friends with Osada on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Should I friend you? Do you want to be friends on Facebook, Slim?
This is weird. This is not.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to share the picture and it's not working.
Oh,
I was able to send it to my laptop, but
can you do
here we
video
go.
to that too?
There we go. There it is. And for those of you who don't know, this is the story is that Stiggs was going to work on his phone, much like in the first panel here, minding his own business when suddenly is about to enter the building, and a goose proceeds to attack him.
And he fell through a bush and broke his shoulder and some other things. I said it was a planned hit.
Exactly.
I made that on Chat GPT.
That's great. That is great. Stoney says the goose bit his finger off. No, no, he didn't. No.
That's funny.
Tara's Fish Room. Hello. How are you? Well, the show's over, Tara. We're just like hanging out a little bit now. The show started at 8:30, so
Yeah, no, we're just bumming around now.
okay. So Slim's going on about 15 minutes. Check him out. We're about wrapping up here, so check Slim out. I'm sure he'll be playing some tunes and not caring about copyrights as he normally does.
That's right.
But yeah, that's our resident goose fighter right there. I don't have it here, but when this first happened, it happened prior to YouTube. It happened prior to him being on YouTube. And what I used to do is I found this, and it's pretty common. If you see there's a meme out there with a kid being chased by a goose and it's like biting the kid's ass, I would take that and send it to Stiggs all the time. If you just check online, you'll see it's there. It's like a little kid crying, screaming with a goose like biting his ass, chasing after him.
That's great. Yeah, if I would have been a little more prepared, I could have showed you all the costumes and stuff like that. I don't know if I send you pictures, if you want to show them, that's up to you. From the party we had, but we can save that for another day too if you want.
Yeah, we could save that. Yeah. So next Friday's Halloween itself, so I don't think I'm going to be on because I will probably be preoccupied. But maybe I'll do a show during the week.
A wedding on Halloween.
Yeah, maybe I'll try to do a pre-record or something this week so that I get a show in next week. But I will not be doing a live on Halloween.
I'm sending one more video. See if you can put it up.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is of the nun. Okay, hold on. Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see if I can do this. All right, this is that is really creepy. Hold on. Let's see if I can download it. Okay, let's see. All right, I think I got it. All right, this is the nun from the haunted restaurant. So this person just comes and stands there and doesn't say anything at all, just stands there.
Nothing. If you listen closely, why can't I get out of the chat here?
I don't think you can hear it. I don't
Um,
think you can hear it. Can you hear this when I play it? I don't think you can hear it. Could you hear
yeah.
that?
So that thing's no. So he
Yeah. The
literally stood next to me for like at least 5 minutes, just standing there.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Now,
So
that's a
I couldn't
mask,
even.
right? That's a mask, not a. This isn't makeup,
No,
right?
that's makeup, but I don't know what they did with the eyes, the eyeballs.
Holy crap, that's creepy. The eyes are really creepy.
No, but that's the dude's face for sure.
Oh man.
Um, I sent
Wow.
one more of Pennywise dancing. I don't know if that's if you want to.
Let's see.
Is that Godfather's mistress? No.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, here we go. This is Pennywise dancing. There's your sister. I mean, your sister, your daughter covering her head, covering her face in
Yeah.
embarrassment.
Just literally, it was watching me, like had eyes on me the whole time because I had my phone out.
Mm.
Just so weird, man. I wish you could hear the music. The music's so good with it.
Mm. Yeah, whoever that is dancing pretty well to the music because I can hear the music, but they're dancing right to the music.
Yep. So yeah, that was yeah. So that restaurant is really cool.
Deb Roberts, hi, how are you, Deb? Good to see you.
Hey, Deb.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for tonight. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. It was fun. We talked about Dr. Frankenstein, and we talked a little bit about the haunted restaurant here in Cleveland, Ohio.
All right, I'll
All right. Thank you for coming up, Todd. Appreciate it.
yeah, no problem. I will talk to you guys soon. Guys, have a great night. Have a great weekend, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you guys soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. That's it for me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of interesting to hear about the original Frankensteins, the real Frankensteins. And thank you for hanging out with me. If you like the show, click the like button, please. It helps. Or consider becoming a member. That always helpful too. Becoming a member of the channel is a good way to support it. And I will see you next time. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to do a show on Thanksgiving. Jeez, I'm jumping the gun here on Halloween itself because I'll be busy doing other things. But I will try to do something this coming week so that hopefully I'll get a show in next week, whether it's a pre-record or if I just happen to jump on and do something. But in the meantime, as always, I want to thank you for being with me. Slim is coming up next. Check him out. And until then, I say stay scared because it's fun. And as always, thank you for watching. God bless and have a wonderful weekend. Blow out our candles, and we will say good night. See you next time.